The bonky boy, as it were. Hexaghost at the end of the act. 2 elites seems like the only reasonable thing we can do. There are some unreasonable things. Actually, is there even a 3 elite path? Wait. No. There's only 2 elite paths. So we'll take one of the 2 elite paths, probably. We got choose a card, max HP plus 7, transform 2 for a curse. I think this is probably our worst option. Although maybe with a store, we could try it? I don't know. I think that's... a low roll here could be absolutely disastrous. Or we can go for a boss swap, which I tend not to favor too heavily on Ironclad, but I wouldn't call you wrong for going with a boss swap, especially with Hexaghost at the end of Act 1. Trump says I did 2 transforms earlier and got 2 exhume. Yikes. I'm also not unhappy with max HP plus 7, but that does seem rather boring. Let's go off the beaten path. I'm going to take a boss swap, I think. We get a Mark of Pain star. We get an energy every turn, but we also have 2 wounds added to our draw pile at the start of each combat. That's going to slow down our draws, and means we no longer have a source of sustain, but it does mean that we have more energy to spend. Is that going to work out in our favor? I'm not sure. Generally speaking, I'm not a huge fan of the Mark of Pain. However, I'm open-minded to changing my mind. Notably not able to actually spend all 4 energy because of the very wounds from the Mark of Pain. And as long as the deck is small, these wounds are going to be drawn very, very often, which is going to be a bit of a downside for us. We would do well to get our hands on an Evolve or a Fire Breathing quickly. What are these? Mark of Pain better than Buster Crown? As far as a starting relic goes, yes, definitely. I'm leaning towards Warcry as a take here. Unupgraded Warcry as my best option. Not a very good option. I can definitely see being a fan of Body Slam in general. However, Body Slam requires that you draw it alongside block cards, and because we have wounds in the deck, that's going to be harder than ever. I'm going to take this Warcry over skipping. Warcry gives me some ability to manipulate my hand of cards, which can be helpful at key moments here. Wow. At least we have these 2 things together, I guess. Clash. Clash is at least supported by Warcry, but Clash with Mark of Pain is a no. And even more so no against Hexaghost at the end of the act. No way. So this is a Bloodletting that I can't make use of, or a Sword Boomerang that barely does any damage. I guess I have to take the Boomerang, because we can't rightly take nothing and expect it to go well for us. Beautiful. That fight at least went well. And here we go, something a little bit more broadly useful. Particularly happy with Pommel Strike here. It's damage and draw, and we can upgrade that draw to be really good draw. Draw 2, which can really help us mitigate the wounds that we're dealing with. Good afternoon to you, prankster. Rampage could be a way to try to beat Hexaghost. Currently, we can only play it once per deck cycle. If we found an Evolve, that would be viable. But at the moment, it's just an obstacle. And I think we'll perform much better overall with the Pommel Strike. Iron Wave's not that bad either, especially with the Speed Potion. Money for a curse. How about I don't do that? Yeah, how about I don't do that? Sound good? Sounds good to me. An easy fight here, at least. Although that they're both buffing on turn 1 is at least slightly problematic here. That was not a good turn to draw 3 defends. Bummer. Bash plus Boomerang does 12 plus... it's 20 damage. Okay, I cannot kill them both with only 4 energy here. So I can save some health with the Ancient Potion. I suppose it's not a bad idea, but being able to use these together for the next fight could be really important too. I'll just take the 16. Ooh, Shrug. Shrug is a block card that also draws. And if I'm doing Ancient Pot, Speed Pot things, that'd be lovely. Otherwise, there's Bludgeon, which is all the damage we need in one big chunk of a card. And I could upgrade that Bludgeon to just absolutely smash things. Let's do that. With 4 base energy. A card draw dense card. It's like 3 cards stapled together. I like that description of Bludgeon. So even if I draw Bludgeon in 2 wounds, life is good. That should make this first elite way more manageable. It is the 3 sentries. I was wondering. That allows us to full block their attacks with 1 defend rather than 2. Since Bludgeon instantly kills either of these 2, we'll just leave them undamaged, try to focus on the one with the lowest health. Really good Speed Pot, Ancient Pot. How do I want this to play? Put the Bash on top. To kill this one. Full block, kill this one. Needed to know if that Pummel Strike was going to draw Bludgeon. Ooh, swing and a miss though. We do take 10 unnecessarily here. We had drawn Defender Bludgeon. That would have been different. We do, however, get a Paper Frog, making vulnerable enemies take additional damage. I think that's good enough reason to add a Thunderclap here, particularly when 4 energy is enough to play Thunderclap plus Bludgeon, dealing now 70 plus damage for 4 energy. Easily worth it. And I will upgrade my Pummel Strike next after taking that. That lets me avoid the Bash upgrade, which would also be reasonable to do. Do I take my 200 gold and go here? Or do I grab the upgrades? 2 upgrades for the elite. Get the extra upgrade here, but I have to fight another elite without any additional help. That's very manageable, considering. Very, very, very manageable. Question is then, do I want to go to a shop here in Act 1, or should I save the cash for later? It's something I've really waffled back and forth on. Is it better to go to early stores? Or is it better to have more money? That solves all of our problems, by the way. Is it better to have more money by the time you get to that first store so you have the option to buy a rare relic or something? I guess I'll get this Thunderclap upgraded for a bit more area damage. Warcry is also a reasonable upgrade, although I'll probably not play. Warcry a lot, because we have Pocket Watch now. You come across a dead adventurer on the floor. His pants have been stolen. Also, he looks to have been eviscerated and chopped by giant claws. Though his possessions are still intact, you're in no bind to find out what happened here. If we dig through the adventurer's possessions, then There's a chance the monster will return. That monster is an elite, and the text of the event tells you which elite it's going to be. Eviscerated and chopped by giant claws means Lagavulin, and that will be an awake Lagavulin, who instantly debuffs you with -2 strength. Normally, that makes it very difficult to deal damage. However, consider bludgeon. It's going to do 40 damage instead of 42. I don't think I'm going to care. And I have Pocket Watch, so I can draw 8 cards per turn. We can tank 1 hit if necessary. I don't think we're going to need to take more than 1 hit from the Lagavulin. Okay. I'm going to click at least 1 time then. We get 30 gold. I'll click 1 more time. We find a Lagavulin. Good. Let's go Bash, Pummel Strike, Thunderclap. Draw 8 cards at the start of the next turn. Shockingly, none of them are bludgeon. Dang. If I'd drawn bludgeon, I think we would have just had a kill out right here, as bludgeon would do 70 damage. Yeah, so we would have had a kill if I'd drawn bludgeon. Instead, I'll have to go defend, strike. And then it doesn't matter if I play either of these. So we take 14 damage, and we do get the kill, which means we get some juicy rewards. And these juicy rewards, I think, are going to save me health in abundance. 30 gold is good. Captain's Wheel, giving us 18 block on turn 3 is good. Fire Potion is good. Battle Trance is tempting, although less good with Pocket Watch. I think I'll still take the additional card draw offered by the Trance. If I'd gotten a relic, would I have taken the fight? I think I would have taken the fight if I'd gotten specifically the Captain's Wheel, because of how good the Captain's Wheel would be at making the fight easy to do. But generally speaking, if I'd gotten a different relic, probably not. Paper Frog, actually an uncommon relic, by the way. And the rare and dangerous Double Egg Boy. Did you know that via the Dead Adventurer event in Act 1, you can fight the same elite 2 floors in a row? Is turn 3 a debuff turn in the event? No, it starts with a debuff on turn 1, so turn 2 and 3 are attack turns. Okay, we'll want to awaken it next turn so that I benefit from block on turn 3. With T-Clap Bludgeon. Bonk. And then I draw 8 more cards and gain 18 block for free. Like you do. Bonk. Alright, well that was a completely free fight this time around. We get the Bag of Preparation for more cards on turn 1 and another big heavy hitting attack, Immolate. Okay, welcome. I mean, it pairs perfectly with Thunderclap Paper Frog. The sheer damage output will be insane. Once we upgrade it, 28 against vulnerable targets, that'll be plus 21 more, so 49 AoE. Which means that Thunderclap plus Immolate is an instant kill on the 3 slavers, for example, if we upgrade the Immolate. That's pretty spicy. +10. Sacrificing my Pocket Watch here. Clothesline's not bad, giving us a way to add some weaken. I don't think we want an Anger because of the Pocket Watch. Don't think I want to be taking more unupgraded commons at this point. We're solidly in a position where we should beat our Act boss. Right? I might have to rest before Hexaghost, actually. Clothesline would help, but I don't think it'll help enough. Big agree there. Always annoyed it's not an uppercut or clothesline, or shockwave. Is definitely how I feel about clothesline for the most part, too. Okay, Blood Potion means we're fine against Hexaghost. Let's instead take Inflame to get some strength going. Make the Sword Boomerang do more damage, make the Thunderclap do more damage, make the Bludgeon and Immolate, well, do a little bit more damage. And every bonus point of damage we deal is further multiplied by Paper Frog, too. Mostly makes the Sword Boomerang really valuable. For that reason, I suppose I'll upgrade Inflame first over Immolate. Hopefully I don't regret that in Act 2. Actually, no, let's upgrade Immolate first. We should be beating Hexaghost one way or the other here. Two. It's going to be a 2x6 attack next turn. Let's put a Defend on top. And get rid of this Warcry. Bonk. To get our vulnerable established here. Boop. Do I Battle Trance now? I think so. Go Thunderclap, Battle Trance. Let's see where we end up here. We redrew the Thunderclap. I think I'll... Do I want to go Thunderclap Boomerang over Bash here? Or do I want 2 additional turns of Vuln? 2 more turns of Vuln guarantees this Bludgeon lands with Vulnerable. I think that's a good idea. Okay, we take some damage here. Don't forget we have the Blood Potion to bail ourselves out at an opportune upcoming moment. But I won't use it unless I have to. Bonk. Alright, that's all it takes. 3 bludgeons with Vulnerable to kill a Hexaghost. GG. Well, well, well. These are all very strong options. Although I think I can rule out Immolate here, because we already have one. But the other 2 options are incredibly good. Reaper is a way to get health back. It's also another high expense card, very powerful with strength gain, which we have and we would like more of, and is scaled incredibly well by this Thunderclap. The other really good option is Fiendfire, letting us exhaust our entire hand and doing damage based on each card exhausted. Fiendfire and Pocket Watch, or Fiendfire and Mega Preparation, are spectacular together. I definitely would have had to rest before that Hexaghost fight if we hadn't found this Blood Potion. It was having the Blood Potion that let me avoid the rest, and then it was the lucky draw order that let me not have to use the Blood Potion. I think I need the health restore from this Reaper, as we really don't have a block plan at the moment. But that Fiendfire might have been the take. Ooh my. P-Box. Transform all these strikes and defends into literally anything else is definitely powerful. Sacred Bark here could double the effectiveness of potions, really rewarding me for holding on to this Blood Potion. Or we could gain 1 additional energy during boss and elite fights with the Slaver's Collar. I think all of these are very good. None of them have any real quote-unquote downside, the biggest downside being the Pandora's Box, but I think the Pandora's Box is on average the best here. We get rid of every stinky starter card, and what we're going to end up with is on average, let's say 5 really, really good cards and 5 irrelevant cards. And with a Pocket Watch, we're actually encouraged to ignore maybe half of the cards in our hand at any given moment and just play the 3 most impactful cards. A whole host of random cards is going to perfectly interact with this. Kind of in a unique way, each different combat. I really like where it takes us, and we already have 4 energy per turn, so I can play big expensive cards that we get from the Pandora's Box. For example, Flame Barrier, or the multi-hit of Whirlwind. I really like this. We did score an Evolve, so now we can draw Engine, so to speak. The Rupture doesn't do anything for us, but the defensive cards, the Flame Barrier and Ghostly Armor, are excellent. The Disarm is excellent. The Whirlwind is pretty good. I'm very happy with this overall. We even got Fiend Fire at home. The Sever Soul. At a minimum, we can use Sever Soul to get rid of Rupture and our wounds. This is scary. There's a forced early elite in Act 2, as there so often is. And I really think we need to get to a shop kind of quickly here. Although the convenient shops are after the elites. This one in particular. And I'm allowed to avoid the second elite. Okay, so let's plan on fighting this elite then. With these potions, I think that's manageable. Okay. We might take some damage along the way, though. Just a thought. The good news is Reaper can potentially get back health that I lose. Let's just do a 1, 2, 3 here. Avocado, don't hurt me, please. Please and thank you. I get free block next turn. That's good. So I'll play this. Do I bash? Probably gonna draw Reaper next turn, so yes, let's bash. Boomerang. Pommel Strike. This is gonna be 10 health back? That's pretty good, actually. And I'll happily take a shrug. I'll happily take a shrug. Hi, I'm Dillard. Did you hear about the Ironclad who cut the bottom of his shoes off? He heard he had to sever his soul. He took it a little bit too literally. Put Immolate on top. Strength plus Reaper? Is that going to be enough damage? Oh yeah, definitely. Even if I'm weak, that should be plenty. And we get 18 block for free as well. Okay, our health is actually going up over time. Nice. We're offered a second Flame Barrier. I actually quite like that in a deck that is Pocket Watch oriented. Having another 2-cost block feels really quite comfy. Welcome aboard, Flame Barrier number 2. I now feel like I'm in very good position to fight the elite, whatever it might be, so let's take some events here. The Knowing Skull. You find yourself in an old decorated chamber. In the center of the room, a large skull sits atop an ornate pedestal. As you approach, the skull bursts into flames and turns to face you. What is it you seek? What is it you offer? In sync with its final words, the door behind you slams shut. So, here we can trade our health for benefits repeatedly. There's not a shop coming up, though. In fact, This is one of the so-called shrine events. So based on our knowledge of Spire's interlinked mechanics, that tells us this should then be a guaranteed combat in our next question mark room. I'm kind of cool trading out our potion for 6 health. Money is always good, although we don't have a shop with any immediate prospects, and we do need to pay 6 to leave as well. So I'm thinking 1 potion, 1 riches, 1 leave. And we'll get some health back here, hopefully. Fire potion, that's good. Money, and I'm out of here. I never advise taking the... Yes, it is a combat. Never advise taking the... whatchamacallit? Colorless card from the Knowing Skull, as it's a bad deal. Plain and simple. You get a random uncommon colorless card, which is not guaranteed to be much of anything. Okay, we'll play the Evolve, I suppose. I have Immolate Thunderclap coming up. That should be an easy win in this fight. Just get my 12 HP. Excuse me, Thunderclap Immolate, are you there? Let's do it this way then. Put the T-Clap on top. Now I'm guaranteed to draw them if I Pocket Watch. We can just double Flame Barrier. Enjoy the spice. A call. Another potion, but I like the double fire pots quite a lot, actually. Upgraded Body Slam is interesting, but this deck don't block that well, you know? How did I know that was going to be a fight? There are essentially using a mechanic that is not at all explained anywhere, something that's only been found by dissecting code and that other people have then told me. A lot easier to explain with something like Infomod that can break down all the different events in Slay the Spire. Essentially, there are 2 rarities of event in Slay the Spire. There are common events, and then there are so-called shrine events, which are 1/4 as common as the regular events. This is stuff like the Duplication Shrine, the Upgrade Shrine, the Removal Shrine, but also some of the more unusual events like the Knowing Skull. Actually, the spreadsheet knows which ones are which. Let's take a look at the Act 2 events specifically. So, Shrine events, Bonfire Spirits, the Curse Fountain, the Designer Inspire, Duplication Shrine, the Face Trader, the Money Shrine, the Jousting event, the Knowing Skull event, the Potion Lab, the Match and Keep, the Note for Yourself, Inloth and his Hungry Face, the Warped Tongs Forge, Ranwid is a Shrine event, the Spin the Wheel event is a Shrine event, and the Potion Lady is a Shrine event. Whereas the common events in Act 2 are stuff like Upgrade All Strikes Defends, the Cursed Tome, the Library, the Red Mask Gang, the Ritual Dagger, Cleric disguised as a beggar, the Vampires. The unwritten rule that Spire has, that is not explained anywhere in game, after encountering a shrine event in an unknown room, your next unknown room will contain a combat. Full stop. Thwack is not a shrine, no Calibros. It's in the common event pool for Act 2, but Thwack has a spawn restriction of later floors only after the mid-act chest, and that does make it comparatively rare, even though it's actually in the common pool for events. Okay, we'll be skipping these cards. I'll be keeping these potions. I don't think I'm in shape to tangle with the Burning Elite. Let us instead... look for Strength. Or heal 15 and go to full health prior to this Elite. That's also very reasonable here. In this card reward, I'd be looking for something like another Inflame, a Demon Form, a Limit Break. Shockwave would be fine too. There's quite a few things I could benefit from. Dark Embrace, maybe? Other than that, this is almost entirely common cards. I guess a True Grit would be okay as well. But it's not upgraded. Don't have a whole lot of exhaust, making Dark Embrace not that good, although Sever Soul is here. Surely Dark Embrace will pay off later. It is card draw. It's time. Hey there, upgraded Immolate. Good to see ya. Ooh, Flame Barrier. Flame Barrier and Immolate can't be played together, though. Understood. Let's do it that way. Could go Thunderclap Bludgeon, but I might prefer to go Inflame Thunderclap Bash here. Set myself up for a good turn next turn. Keep Gremlin Leader vulnerable for several more turns. We have our Captain's Wheel coming in this turn, although we don't need it. We drew Immolate again, nice. Could kill the leader right now, but I want to at the very minimum play Reaper. And that's going to be the very minimum. Alright, ultimately we get out of the fight with essentially no health loss and with no potions expended. A Warcry Plus is interesting. Is this deck capable of beating the Heart? Not right now, it's not, but we're getting there. We've got some very important defensive components coming together. And the offense half of the deck is, well, spectacular. So I'm feeling like we're very much headed in the right direction. I'm going to be fighting that second elite. This will be either Tri-Slaver... Let's get some Flame upgraded. Either Tri-Slavers or Book of Stabbing. And I'm going to go to this shop with $600 redos. Yeah. It is the Book of Stabs. Do it that way. Get the Evolve in play. That means I don't care about this wounds. This is going to be Disarm. Flame Barrier again. Could have also played Ghostly Armor Shrug, but then that's more cards for Pocket Watch, and doesn't do the return damage. This turn I get free block, which is excellent, because it's time to splonk. I think it's unwise to Reaper here. We've got way too much health on this opponent. This is either Bash plus Immolate or Thunderclap plus Bludgeon. Bash gets me a whole nother turn of Vuln. Go Bash Immolate. So many wounds, but I don't care because of this Evolve. Maybe I should. Pull back 8 by 5? Wow, that's a lot of return damage. Go for it. $12 damage. Easy. Bag of Marbles gives us vulnerable on turn 1 with the Paper Frog. That's absurd. Do we go with a third Flame Barrier? Not sure. Wouldn't say we're necessarily wrong to go third Flame Barrier, but we're starting to get way behind on upgrades here, which I don't really like. That goes double for the Berserk, unfortunately. I think I'm going to skip them both for now. Alright, you can come, Momori. But only because you asked nicely. And we haven't seen Thwack, so let's look for chances to get it. Cash in one of these for 85 gold right now? I'll do it. Got anything for me, friend? Please, maybe some coin? No, how about some robbery? And some shame. Oh wait, I don't have any of that. Get a free Orichalcum, giving us 6 block at the end of our turn if we've otherwise not blocked. And that's okay. Kunai is interesting. Kunai Pocket Watch doesn't seem that good. Shard is also interesting. Actually, Shard could be really powerful from here. Unironically so. The other option is just go to another store. So, if we take a Shard, what are we looking for? The primary answer I can give to you to that is stances. Wrath Stance or Divinity Stance would be by far the strongest thing we can add to this deck. Ideally, just a Crescendo. Upgrade it, 0 cost, enter Wrath with Retain, so we double our damage when we want to, and only when we want to get double power Reaper to end fight, or double power Bludgeon for a kill. The other things that we would love are, I guess, card draw? With Dark Embrace, there's all sorts of answers. Like, Blade Dance becomes good now, too. Maybe I take the Shard and the Kunai. Hey there, Anasbana. Our food box, our sponsored stream with HelloFresh yesterday went spectacularly. We will be running the discount code through them, HelloFresh, until the end of the month, and we'll have a follow-up stream next week when what we ordered arrived. I ended up getting cheeseburgers plus zucchini paninis. Was the vegetarian choice we made, and then there was chat voted on some kind of pork roast with potatoes, which I'm also very excited for. So those will be what's arriving in the mail pretty shortly. I am going to take the 2 of these. Oh, I have enough for power through card remove? I did not math that out. Heck yes. Okay, I have really bad news for you, Rupture. It's your time. 1 gold left. Let's go. We're fighting Bronze Automaton, which makes me not want to upgrade Disarm. Guess I'll upgrade the Evolve. Totally heard. Thank you so much for 21 moons. Although we might run into hand size issues with upgraded Evolve. I've got health to spare, so I'll take some max HP here. And we'll fight these 2 nerds. Easy. Big bonk. Oh, that's 3 cost. I've made a mistake. We have Orichalcum though. It was supposed to be Immolate plus Flame Barrier. Anyway. It's all good here. You can go Bash plus Reaper? That won't do anything. I did miss the blue candle interaction with Rupture. How could I have been so foolish as to overlook this? Yes. It begins. We're actually just going to upgrade that immediately. 2 shivs. Hello and welcome. New chat member asks, do I ever lose on Act 3 or do I usually feel pretty comfortable after beating the Act 2 boss? The Act 2 boss, I agree, is absolutely one of the hardest benchmarks to hit in Slay the Spire. I tend to find that most of my losses are either in Act 1 or 2, or in Act 4 against the Heart. We've had a lot of losses there recently. But I don't think that I lose in Act 3 very often, including not to the Act 3 bosses. It's been a very long time since we had an Act 3 boss death. But I definitely feel like the difficulty very much peaks here at the end of Act 2. You've had relatively little time to prepare for what is about to happen, and then you're thrust into a rather difficult fight that requires you to do a whole ton of total damage, while also blocking for quite a lot at the same time. Not easy to do. That's a juicy Reaper. Something like Reaper Ghostly Armor Evolve? These nerds are stealing the rarest card of the draw pile, so I'm going to steal 2 of my uncommons. And I'm okay with that. Give me some health. I could Flame Barrier instead of Ghostly Armor, but then I can't play the Evolve. We need to play this Evolve. Hand space is an odd problem here. Interesting. If I play the Cloak and Dagger, I'm only going to get 1 Shiv. To make room in hand, I have to play a 2 or more cost card. All of my other 1 cost cards draw a card also. And it can't be Sever Soul, so I guess I have to open with Heavy Blade here. It's the only reasonable thing to do. The kunai has spoken! Point in using the Immolate, that'd be overkill. Although that would get me the power through immediately that I want. Alright, fine. Kill them both. Hyper Beam is next turn. We have to be rather mindful of that. Looks like we've got some ways to block, though. And worst case scenario, actually, Orichalcum alone is enough to survive this. Make it a 3-attack turn, rather. Activate Kunai. As expected, we are running into hand size problems. Which makes me feel like the... upgrade on the Evolve was not necessarily merited. Sever Soul's here to save the day, though. Kind of. Haven't been able to actually play the Cloak and Dagger meaningfully. We have too much card draw. There's a fun problem for you. GG. Block solution gets? Just be invincible. One of the incredible benefits to the Prismatic shard, of course, is access to some of the really silly cards from the other characters. Wraithform on Ironclad definitely qualifies as silly. Can you imagine if we find a dual wield from here? Secret Weapon's interesting as well. Definitely helpful for getting early Bludgeon or Immolate as appropriate. But I'll take the Wraithform. Pyramid? There's too many statuses in this deck for Pyramid to be good. I guess Cursed Key is fine. Coffee Dripper is also reasonable. But I mean, I have Omamori and Blue Candle. That's a pretty easy Cursed Key. In either case, more energy definitely seems good. So I can go Flame Barrier plus a third card. And if I have to rest, I still can. Versus taking the Dripper. Hey everyone. Did you know that you can now support me directly on YouTube by getting a channel membership? For as low as $5 a month, you'll get access to perks like custom badges and emojis to use in comments and discounts on the merch store, all while helping support me and this channel to do what I love every day. Just click the join button below to get started. Now back to the video. Have to go for the Burning Elite here. It is a relatively spicy layout. Curious how strong we'll be against the elites. Do I pay for another card remove? I wouldn't mind losing Heavy Blade, I'm not gonna lie. I certainly would take 999 gold here or here, so let's give ourselves the possibility of that at least. Oh, hello there, Reaper on turn 1. Nice of you to join us. I understand. Within acceptable parameters. It's incredible that with a deck of such high cost, we're actually able to use all 5 energy and still get the Pocket Watch to go off. Just lucky with a Kunai. Interesting. I like it. This deck's going in a weird direction, that's for sure. I will certainly look at 3 colorless cards for the Glowing Tesseract. A lot of them could be very, very good. I love Secret Weapon here. I love Master of Strategy here. Are we going in a Panache-clad direction? Maybe. Could also see Secret Weapon being, and Panic Button being good. Wait a minute, Enlightenment? Reduce the cost of all cards in your hand to 1 this turn or this combat. On the Flame Barriers in particular, that is intriguing. I'm intrigued, chat. Let's go Secret Weapon then. Take the Enlightenment also. We're very much... If this wasn't an indication to you, I am officially parting ways with Pocket Watch, at least for some of the turns of our combats. Oh, yeah. Can it really be this easy? Give me Charon's Ashes, give me Medical Kit. I don't even know how to explain how ridiculous we just got. I like the puzzle, too. Especially since I have blue candle. More card draw. We'll buy all 3 relics. I almost want this Jack of all trades, but I'll keep the rest of my cash here. Okay. The bustedness is now beginning. 1, 2, 3. Essentially what this means is that we now have, once Dark Embrace is in play, we now have the ultimate draw engine online, so to speak. Because we can play status cards to exhaust them, dealing 3 damage to all enemies and then drawing another card. Repeat ad infinitum for every status card in the deck. These shivs also draw me cards. Ascender's Bane draws me a lot of cards. Master Strategy draws me a lot of cards. Seeing the pattern yet? I can even instantly play the wounds from... Power Through. Oh, Reinforced Body. Now, there's a block card, especially with Kunai. There's a block card. Gain 7 block, while 7 plus Dexterity block, X times. Yes. Just add Power Throughs. Hot. Oh my goodness. So I can go Inflame, Enlightenment, Repair, Blue Jaune. Form guaranteed next turn. These shivs are glorious. This deck is so fun now. Mango! More health for us. Good. There it is. It's even upgraded. Exactly the card I asked for. Crescendo Plus. Retains until we're ready, then doubles our damage, possibly while we're intangible, for absolutely ridiculous devastation. Fire Breathing also genuinely a little bit tempting, but not as good, I guarantee. Not as good as this Crescendo is. I actually need 2 upgrades for the end of the act. I need to upgrade Wraith Form, and I need to upgrade Enlightenment. First up, the Nemesis. Could Cloak and Dagger just lucky here? I think I'll just draw more cards. These 5 burns are no problem at all. Yeah, we can reinforce body for a bajillion if we need to. Brilliant. Perfect block. Then, the ultimate bludgeon. Behold. 147 damage of bludgetude. That's the power. Purity would let me exhaust even more cards. Yes. Brutality is interesting too. If we'd kept the Rupture, I would take this Brutality. Have to open this. We do get a Curse, but that's what the blue candle's for. Just a clumsy anyway, not bad. Essentially a second copy of Ascender's Bane. And I really want to upgrade Enlightenment, so we'll skip this combat, even skip going to this shop for now, take these 2 events, and upgrade this card, making the cost reduction permanent for the rest of the fight, meaning we can repeatedly draw 1-cost Bludgeon, or 1-cost Flame Barrier, and play those. Of course, then there's a targeted upgrade immediately. Do I take another targeted upgrade? Upgrading Disarm's not bad. Would top be good here or nah? Now that we have Medical Kit and Blue Candle, I think it would be actually pretty okay. Oh, the Reinforced upgrade. I like that suggestion a lot. Could also pay for a removal here. I really don't mind. If I was going to remove anything, it would probably be Heavy Blade, but we can just get rid of that with Purity. I really like the idea of upgrading Reinforced here. My big payoff block. Neat. 1-cost Bludgeon, 1-cost Bash. Bonk. Get rid of this card. Oh, you'd love to see it. Who needs block cards in this fight? Who needs inefficient damage cards in this fight? Not me. Although if I can't exhaust cards anymore, I can't draw cards anymore. Interesting. Bonk. Oh, you weren't vulnerable for all of that? Oops. My dang. Get him, Sever Soul. Bonk. Burp. Easy transient kill, thanks to that Wrath Stance. Another Cloak and Dagger being offered here. It's not upgraded, though. I think that might be okay. It's basically a Shrug It Off, but it also does damage. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Maxim 2K, did you hear about the silent who got a job at the grocery store. She was employed as a cloak and bagger. Shrug, that is also area damage. That's true. This Reaper, unfortunately, doesn't heal me because I'm at full health. The mistakes that I've made to get to this place. No refunds, even if you deserve them. Actually, especially if you deserve them. Clerk and bagger. Oh, man. You're right, that is better. Confound it. Burp. Easy every time. This is just lethal now. Bonk. Bottled Tornado. That is all we needed for this deck to get really silly. We bottled the Dark Embrace, and we draw all the cards in the world. By the way, Medical Kit Overclock. Let's go. Draw 2 cards, add a burn to my discard pile. Don't mind if I do. Accuracy, hilariously relevant too. But yeah, just Dark Embrace bottled. Wraithform bottled is a thing. Evolve bottled, also a thing. But the Dark Embrace is by far the best choice because of this medical kit, because of the blue candle, because of all of it. It's 3 cards there. Let's just stop there. That was a good 3. It's happening! Just gonna play this right now. 118 damage. Guess I could have played that too. Filthy. Filthy, filthy, filthy. None of these really fit the bill. Predator might kind of help. It's actually very cool with the Enlightenment. But I don't think it's a good overall addition. Have to recall here. And now we're on to the Nerd Bird fight. This could go all sorts of ways. We won't be using Crescendo, at least not immediately here. Scaling up our defense with the Kunai is our best bet, by far. We just pay 2 for this Dark Embrace so that I can use the Enlightenment this turn on better stuff? I don't think so. I think I save the energy right now. Let's actually get rid of this Crescendo, given how long this fight's going to go on. So I want more card draw right now, mainly. Look at that damage. Playing those X-cost cards for 0 to get benefits there. This doesn't need to be played. Let's just do the following. Well, that was only the first 2 turns. So now we're relying more on the Dark Embrace than on the Pocket Watch for draw. I'm actually going to delete both of these, so I do not wish to draw them anymore. Okay, 2 dexterity on that turn. Bonk. On to phase 2. With 8 dexterity, shouldn't be much of a problem. There's all the last of the 2-cost cards. Beat of Death might make this problematic. Same goes for Time Eater, actually. But everything up to and including. Wow. This is filthy. GG. Okay, next boss is Donu and Deca. No worry about Time Eater, so I think Heart is the only thing with a reasonable chance of trying to stop me here. And even then, not by much. Nice Enlightenment draw. Get a whole bunch of stuff discounted here. Let's just chunk through some artifact there. Take minor damage, which just means more draw. Secret weapon. For what? Reaper? Doesn't feel right. This would have been a reasonable fight to keep the Whirlwind, but it's not really doing what I want it to. There we go. So I can play Evolve Reinforced. It's pretty reasonable. Enlightenment's here? I'm just gonna go. Glorious. $90 damage. Apparently. GG. Wow. Not a chance for either of those two. 2101 is the score going into Act 4 here. Two thump. Deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of the spire, the source of this abandoned pocket watch? Poor pocket watch. Upgrades that I really like include the Dark Embrace, maybe the Overclock. I just like having more energy on turn 1. We could maybe upgrade a Flame Barrier. Still have 500-ish gold for this. Oh, man. For this shop. Impressive. Mummified Hand. Lets me make stuff in hand free when I play a power card. Lots of those in the deck. Clockwork Souvenir lets us block vulnerable. I think that's very important for our survival. Especially if I take the Mummy Hand, I like this Power Potion. I also like the second copy of Dark Embrace. Would Hand mess with Enlightenment? I don't think so. I believe that it used to, but they patched it. Stuff like Enlightenment working on things that are already made 0 cost. Do I have enough for Mummy Hand, Clockwork Souvenir, Power Potion? That's my question. Math. $164. 450. No. No, if I'm doing Souvenir Mummy Hand, it's just Souvenir Mummy Hand. The other option is Souvenir Dark Embrace Power Potion. Never taking this fruit juice. Okay, let's do it that way. No Mummy Hand. Which also lets me remove a card. Which is going to be not the Curses, actually, but rather this Heavy Blade. Bit of a sketchy turn 1. Can block the Battle Trance no draw. I'll take that. And then we just race form here on turn 1. I'm cool with that. That buys me time to destroy them both. In a big way. Don't want to overclock though. Okay. Should have just luckied first. That works though. So now every status card we get rid of draws 2, because I have 2 Dark Embraces down. Perfection. rest of that. Bonk. Okay, those two were very easily dispatched. So we're offered a creative AI. If I'd taken the Mummy Hand, I think I would take that. A second reinforced body, which I really like, or a sweeping beam plus. I'll take the second reinforced with the kunai, and especially now with his Art of War. And we'll stride boldly into the heart fight. I have to remember not to use Battle Trance on turn 1. What does this have? Flame, Brutality, Fire Breathing. Interesting. Not the powers I was hoping for. I was really hoping for more of a Corruption or a Barricade. Or a Feel No Pain. But these will work. I don't think I want Brutality. But maybe I do want Brutality. Card draw is always good. Unlikely to draw statuses that many times, so the Fire Breathing does offer some damage here. Probably not as much as the Inflame does. I'll go 1 health per turn, 1 draw per turn. That sounds useful to me. I'll just take the damage now. No, I've got enough card draw already this turn. Let's hold off for a moment here. Make your first multi-attack do nothing. Get rid of what? Sever Soul Whirlwind? Don't want to draw that yet. Stop there. So we draw a whole lot of cards this turn, thanks to Centennial Puzzle. I should just go to 10 cards immediately here. We're being attacked for nothing, which is very convenient. I can block Beat of Death with Reinforced Body, which I am not sure how I feel about. Next turn is mostly just a lot of status cards. Okay, there's Enlightenment, huh? I'll go away. We get a fairly large attack here, 43. No weaken. Secret weapon, but not secret technique. Getting Enlightenment back into my hand would be difficult, but not impossible. Let's run like this. I think we mostly just want a Flame Barrier Ghostly Armor here, do we not? Definitely wasn't kidding about Beat of Death being mean. that vulnerable up. Shrug. Enlightenment will make Wraithform cheaper. We could play it here to be invulnerable through the next several turns, which would actually let me play the Crescendo right now. I think that's correct. That gives me 5 turns to kill in Wrath Stance. That's got to be correct. So we go Enlightenment, Crescendo, Wraithform, Immolate. Play this burn. And play this burn. Battle Trance, Reinforce, Reinforce, just for the 5 more there. Double cheap Flame Barriers, that's going to hit hard too. The card drawing. Gotta let those relics chip in. So many flame barriers, so little time. That's already capped damage, actually. Let's just do Pocket Watch then. Finally, time to get that in play, I suppose. Although doing more damage is the top priority right now. Okay, we're no longer tangible. Now we're in Wrath. We have to do 129 damage now, or else. Fortunately, I believe we have it. 56 plus 84 equals 1 dead hard. GG. Hey there. If you enjoyed that video, watch this one next. And before you go, join us on Twitch and watch live. I'm there 5 days a week playing Slay the Spire, answering questions, and chilling with the community. Click the link in the description to follow right now. Ta-ta for now.